I believe in God from an early age, but the Trinity always confused me. Any questions I would ask, I didn't get an answer. Everything was always sugar coated. And at that time, I was told not to question God's way of things. So that pushed me away from Christianity or Catholicism.
تخرج حلمك الأغلى فما
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Christina. I'm from Colombia, South America, but I grew up in the US. I was raised in a Catholic home. We weren't the most strict or practicing Catholics. However, we went to church on Sundays as much as we could. The times that I would be in church, to me, it was almost like they were speaking a different language because everything they said didn't make sense. They were mostly reading out of the Bible, never teaching the religion in a form where people could understand it. So, growing up, I was always kind of confused about the whole idea. I believe in God from an early age, but the Trinity always confused me. Growing up Catholic, you kind of just took it. When I was in fifth grade, I met my best friend and she was a Muslim. I don't think I ever asked too many questions. I would go to her house and I would see them pray. I didn't think much of it, especially since I was so young. It was normal to me seeing Islam. I didn't realize what Islam was because I guess I was way too young at that time. However, over the years, as I grew up, I met more Muslim friends through her. I was still surrounded by Islam but never asked many questions. By the time I was a freshman in high school, I started attending a Christian youth group, and they would have retreats every now and then. I would go to them and I thought I was becoming closer to God. However, once again, the Trinity never made sense to me. So I left the youth group and I decided to call myself an atheist. At that point, I was just confused by everything. And any questions I would ask, I didn't get an answer. Everything was always sugar coated. And at that time, I was told not to question God's way of things. So that pushed me away from Christianity or Catholicism. So around this time, I had made a friend and he was a Muslim. I started to like him, so I wanted to know more about him and his faith. I started asking my girlfriends that were Muslim more about Islam and I started to go to the mosque with one of them. I learned about Islam pretty quickly. I feel like the basic fundamentals were already there from growing up around my best friend that was Muslim, so it just took a few questions and a few answers for me to devote myself to Islam. Before I knew it, I was saying my Shahada. I was 16 years old. Ever since, my faith in my religion hasn't changed or flipped around. It's been steady and I've been happy with it. And I've known that it's the truth. I can't ever see changing my mind because I've accepted the truth. It's been the most comfortable I've been my entire life and I wouldn't change it for the world. Alhamdulillah, I've been a Muslim for 6 years now.